What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another therapist game review. I am a therapist who games, and like the name suggests, I'm a therapist, registered with the Board of Behavioral Sciences. And today I am going to be rating this game on whether or not I feel like this is something you can cope with, or if you need to go ahead and find something else to do. But before we get into that, if you guys can do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, because my philosophy is if you enjoy the vibe, why not like and subscribe? Now let's get into it. Today we're reviewing the Batman Telltale Series. The Batman Telltale Series was released in 2016 for the PlayStation 4. It was also available for mobile devices. This game was developed by Telltale Games, and it was a five-part episodic adventure. And now, for those of you who are not familiar with Telltale Games is exactly like the name suggests. They tell the tale of games, different franchises. And when they tell these tales, they really go into debt or into depth with these stories. The game pretty much plays like a movie. You're pretty much just playing a movie, and you are the director of this movie. You get to choose what to say next, and in some cases, you get to choose what to do. You can choose whether or not you want to punch this guy or let it slide. And the story adjusts to the choices that you make. Now, these Telltale games are mostly point and click. And point and click games mean pretty much that you are just kind of interacting with certain things in the environment, and then you can go ahead and move your character around to some degree. But for the most part, you're just going for the ride. And again, you're the one who's choosing what to say, and it really makes you feel like you are a part of the game. You're in it, you're directing it, and all of these choices that you're making are a reflection of the type of person you are, because the type of responses you can do really vary. Like you can choose to be a jerk, or you can choose to be nice, or you can kind of choose to be indifferent. The choice is really, or you could just choose to say nothing, and the choices that you make, again, definitely play a part down the line. One thing that really keeps the player engaged are the quick time events. And so there's always something happening, and you can't take your hands off the controller because you're going to miss something. At any moment something can happen where you've got to hurry up and press the button. And so that's why it's always important to stay engaged and stay locked in, because if you don't, you can definitely miss something. And so this game, as well as other Telltale games, are in a class of their own because they're not like your typical games. So let's talk about the plot of this Batman game. Now, I'm going to do my best not to spoil anything because nobody likes spoilers, especially if you guys haven't played this yet. What makes this game different from any other Batman game, despite the gameplay style, is the way that Telltale tells the story of Batman. It is not your typical Batman story. We all know Batman, his parents are tragically killed, and that kind of is the catalyst for his quest for vengeance and cleaning up, Gotham City and everything like that. But I'm going to tell you the main plot line in this game. And the reason why I'm going to tell it to you is because it's not really a spoiler, because it's the main premise of the game. And so you take on as Batman, and I believe what's year two of his crime fighting career. And in this game, you start off buddies with your old pal Harvey Dent. You're helping him try to win the election for district attorney, and along the way you're fighting crime. Your basic Batman stuff. And as you go through this game, Batman realizes or rather, Batman is told that his parents were actually some of the most notorious gangsters in Gotham City. And so while Bruce Wayne grew up not realizing that his parents were actually bad people, this game, your journey is pretty much a journey of redemption in righting the the wrongs of the Wayne family. And so the beauty of this game is that you spend a lot of time as Bruce Wayne. And there are times in the game where you can choose to deal with certain things that are happening either as Bruce Wayne or as Batman. And so for them to give you that choice is just is it's some of the best storytelling because again, you the way the story goes is all based on how it's all playing out in your mind. And so one of the other things that happens is, as you just saw, you get a chance to meet the Joker before he's the Joker. And so it really puts a fresh perspective on who the Joker is. And when you first come across him, it's up to you to establish what kind of relationship you want with him. And so every other Batman tale, we always come across the sinister, crazy Joker that Batman is just, they're mortal enemies. But in this one, you have the choice to be friends with the Joker because like I said, he's not the Joker yet. So the way you treat him all determines who he's going to be down the line. And if that's a Batman story, I mean, like I said, the what a fresh take on Batman because there's so many different games and so many different stories and it's always the same thing over and over and over. But the way they did this, it feels so organic. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel fake. It feels like I said, this is the best told Batman story I've ever encountered. I I would much rather this be canon. Another thing about this game, it's not for kids. It's not for kids. As you've seen, people are getting killed in this game. That police officer or security guard had a bullet in his head, and it's it's for very mature audiences only. And so again, when I think about this game and everything, I just have to honestly say that they did such an amazing job. This game is definitely a game worth coping with. It'll keep you entertained. It'll keep you on the edge of your seat. It will keep you engaged with all of the decisions that you have to make. And you feel really good about the outcome. It doesn't feel like one of those games where you're like, oh, that's it. No, like to the very end, it just keeps you locked in. So of course, when it comes to setting, um, it's all in Gotham City. Graphics, as you can see, cell shaded, very well done. Um, it feels very organic. It feels very smooth and polished. And I mean, I don't know what else to say about this game other than you got to give it a shot. You got to give it a try because again, the way the story goes from chapter to chapter to chapter, I mean, what an amazing setup for chapter 2 of the Batman Telltale series. And that game in itself is another very well done, very drawn out story. But, we'll save getting into that game for a later review. But you guys let me know what you think. If you haven't played this game, does this review make you want to play it? And if you've played this game, please let me know what you think in the comments because I'm very curious because I don't often come across a lot of conversations about this game. And I'm really hoping that with the reemergence of Telltale games, that they put some time into making a chapter three, because if they don't, it would be a sad waste of an IP that they were really doing justice. They were really doing justice for this game. So, like I said, it's not just your Batman. It's not just Batman. It's your Batman. You choose what to do. And like he's the freshest Dark Knight tale seen in years. I mean, you see the reviews, emotional roller coaster. You see the reviews. I mean, a lot of people felt that way, but the problem is not a lot of people got a chance to play this game because they don't know what Telltale is. Telltale made The Walking Dead, a phenomenal masterpiece. They made forgot what the name of that game is, but it's with a wolf, the Wolf Among Us. That's another one. I mean, amazing game. So if you guys aren't familiar with Telltale games, please get familiar with it. The games are severely on sale, so if you're a fan of Batman, you have got to play this game. And on that note, if you enjoyed this vibe, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time here for another Therapist game review. Till then, you guys take care. Peace. And once again, this is definitely a game you can cope with. See you next time.